time with it. When I hear noise in the system, that means people are engaging. They're starting to get it. When it's really quiet, I get scared as all get out. I'm like, y'all aren't paying attention, are you? Like, you don't really know what's coming, do you? Like, you have no idea. You are not engaged in this process. If I have no noise in the system, I am highly concerned that they're in denial, they're ignoring me, this is gonna pass by, right? So noise is wonderful. Noise is an opportunity to change it, right? That means they're engaged. When they're engaged, we can do something about it, okay? So that's a positive thing. And then finally, right, once you start to get folks into it, and if you experience lean workshops, right, those are highly interactive and engaging experiences, right, where you can see your feedback kind of turning into solutions in front of you. All of a sudden, folks start to go, okay, maybe this will work, right, maybe. I've got my skeptical hat on, maybe. And depending on what you're implementing, if you're implementing it in waves, right, the first wave is so critical to get right, right? Whether that's by an office or that's by a department or by a group of people that's going to start something new first. Why is that first group so important to get it right? Here's an example. Boy, that trust factor that we just heard about, that horizontal trust, right? If it's different offices, you know, they're on the phone, they're talking, they're on IM, right? They're chatting online, right? And it's okay if it doesn't go smoothly. It doesn't have to be perfect. Nothing's ever perfect, right? But if that first wave of change, right, you have some success stories, some early success stories to start sharing, right, that can start to influence. We talked about building momentum yesterday. We'll revisit that today. That can start to build your momentum. So with that, you start to see folks kind of come out of that pit of despair. And what I love is when you start to get folks really engaged and they start to be your advocate, right, and start sharing with others. Here's why. Like, I get it. I was really pessimistic going through this too. But here's how it benefited us in our area of the organization. Here's how our clients, our customers, right, were benefited from this work. And we start to finally see them come out the other side, okay? So that's it in a nutshell. Your 2 Post-its, I want you to do, so remember the project you have in mind, right? With that in mind, I want you to think in 2 ways. First off, I want you to kind of apply this change curve, and I want you to tell me where your team is, right? The team that you're part of, the team that you manage, where are they for that change on the change curve? And I simply want you to take your Post-it, and you can either put it next to an emotion, if that's what resonates with you most, or a process, right? I don't care. But kind of put it where you think your team is on this particular flip chart. And then I want you to do the same for the leadership team that's leading that effort. Where do you think the leaders of that change are? Okay, so the leaders is going to be up here. Forgot to mark that one. Okay, no right or wrong answer, but if you guys will go ahead and get up, and we're going to do a really quick scatter plot exercise with your Post-its. Okay, so your teams and the leaders within your organization of that particular change. Go. This is a very orderly bunch today. You're all tired, I think, from last night. All right, thanks, you guys. It was very orderly. You guys were very, very polite as you went through this process. All right, so I've got 2 very similar looking scatter plots, so this is going to be very interesting. It's always a unique challenge when I've got various projects and don't know where they are in the life cycle. So let me get a sense of, for folks who on the team poster placed their stickies a little bit more towards the left-hand side, let me make an assumption and test that with you guys. Are those projects that are just kind of kicking off, just starting, and folks are just kind of starting to learn about them? Is that pretty fair?